Hey, welcome back, my fellow investors. This is me, E.T. And as you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just a self-taught investor who likes to talk about ways to increase your net worth. And today we're going to talk about one of the components of the Financial Trinity. Now, the Trinity is made up of compounding, the rule of 72, and exponential growth. But we're going to talk about exponential growth today. We're going to actually dive into that. Now, you guys probably, if you haven't, I put a video out about the penny exercise. The penny exercise is nothing more than an illustration of how exponential growth really works. But what I want to do now is take it a little bit further and talk a lot more about and really dive into the components of exponential growth. I said exponential growth. All right. So let's take a look here. This is how it normally works. As you know, you start off here with your investment and you put it in and you start watching it move. And it's growing, it's moving at a snail's pace. And all of a sudden, just like with exponential growth, it takes off like a rocket. But this takes some time to get to that particular point. Now, what you're going to find that there's two phases when you start talking about exponential growth. The first phase is the accumulation phase. That's all this is here. Oh my goodness. That's the phase that's, we all would love to get to the end result just like that. But, you know, we've got to go through this process of accumulating enough, whether it's shares or properties or whatever your investment is, to accumulate enough to get to the second phase. And that second phase is the critical mass. And that within that phase, that's when your investment takes off and really has a life of its own. And if you notice, we start here, but if you notice, once we get to the critical mass phase, there's no end point. It continues on to infinity. At that particular point, your money now is maintaining your lifestyle. So, and we all know that when we start our investment, and you know, I would illustrate this or look at this as a ball. You can call it a snowball. I'm just going to call it a ball. And as you're going down this path of accumulation of your various investments, when you're going down this path, it's very small. It can't support you. But some of the things, there are three things that you can do to speed up the growth of your ball and the speed of your ball so that you can get to the critical mass sooner. Those three things are, number one, contributions. All right, that basically means your input. You gotta contribute. You got to buy. You got to go out and buy those investments. Start accumulating. That's all part of the accumulation phase. Your contribution. Now, in addition to that, we have your investments return, rate of return. Your rate of return basically tells you how fast your investment is growing. Now, realistically, a rate of return you can use like the rule of 72. And the rule of 72 basically means you look at your rate of return divided by 72, and it tells you how long it takes in order for you to double. And key, remember that penny exercise, it's all about doubling. So if you've got a 10% return on investment or rate of return, it's going to take you 7.2 years in order to double that. What you also have to do, do number three. And number three is reinvest any distributions that are given to you from your investments. Distributions such as return of capital or dividends. So as you reinvest that, now your investment is contributing, not just you, but now your investments are contributing help with the accumulation phase, and that's going to just speed up this process as you start to go down this path here. So the keys: contribution, your investments, rate of return, and make sure that you reinvest any distributions that your investments spin off. All right. So as you continue down here, you're going to get to the point where it's going to hit critical mass, and at critical mass, at that point, it takes off. Once you're in the critical mass section or phase here, in this phase here, I'll tell you what, you can stop your contributions. You don't need it anymore. This is generating more than enough than what you need. It's able to maintain your lifestyle. You don't have to worry about now reinvesting your distributions. If you're getting distributions, returning capital or dividends, at that point, you can turn that off, and that's just income. That you can use that as income. And with this, with the critical mass portion of it, guess what? Now this here can support your lifestyle. And you don't have to worry about contribution. Now your investments are paying you. Your investments are maintaining your lifestyle. And guess what? You can really sit back and you can relax. At this point, when you get the critical mass portion of it and your investments now is maintaining your lifestyle, that there is wealth. That's when you're wealthy. You can make a lot of money and be rich, but being wealthy is the key. And wealth is going to come when you hit that critical mass phase. Hopefully you can find this information useful, and if so, make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. And I'm going to end this by saying, remember to save, invest, apply what you know, because knowledge is not power, it's the application of knowledge that's power. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.